it's been quite a while since I've recorded anything, so I just got back from a walk and kind of had one of those realizations that I kind of wanted to share. So I always go for walks, and when I go on walks, I love to look around, look at all the trees. If I see any animals, it's great. It makes me feel great. But at the same time, it also makes me feel really bad. Because when you go for a walk, you get to enjoy a lot of stuff. It just makes me think about in the future, where are we going to be? Because I look around sometimes, I just see kids on cell phones, their video games, and I'm just in complete and utter shock because they never look away from it. Some people, like, when I'm walking, I will see three people walking in a line all looking down at their cell phones. So I stop, and I kind of stand as far off to the side as I can without being in the road. And I'll get bumped because people are just sitting there and they'll then glare at me like, why didn't you get out of my way? And I'm like, why didn't you look up from your cell phone to see that I'm walking? It's one of those things that's always been like, it's always been a pet peeve of mine because when I was a kid, we didn't really have any of that stuff. Like, if we wanted to entertain ourselves, we had to go out back, find sticks, and we'd pretend they were swords or something. So we had to rely on our imaginations. That's what I was looking for. Then we had various card games to play. Yeah, a lot of those still exist today, but kids are kind of over them because electronics and stuff are taking over the world slowly. I say slowly, but I mean, take a look around. A lot of times when I'm walking through the supermarket, I will see like 3 and 4-year-old kids, sometimes even younger, sitting on a smartphone operating and using it better than I could. And I'm just like, that's not right. Like, yeah, it's keeping your kid entertained, it's keeping your kid busy, but you're avoiding part of your job as parenting. Part of your job as a parent by just being like, oh, yeah, here, sit in front of this, take care of yourself, you know, whatever. I mean, I know, one, I'm probably over-exaggerating a little bit, and two, that's probably not why they do it. They just don't want to have their kids screaming and yelling, like, I want that, I want that, I want that. Because that'd probably get a little annoying too, but I mean, that's what parents have to deal with. Is their kids being annoying. If you can't do that, you can't always just throw them something in front of them like a cell phone or something. Because I see kids with like their own cell phones and stuff nowadays, just so that they can play games on it. I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? Why? Your kid's like 4 years old, they don't need a cell phone just to play games. When I was a kid, like, Game Boy Advance was like the most advanced technology we had. Before that was Game Boy Color. That was like the thing for traveling game devices. And I wasn't even that old at that time. One of the first Game Boy games I had was either Pokemon Blue or Pokemon Yellow. And that's when I was young. So nowadays when I look around and see kids just walking around with cell phones and stuff, I kind of just feel bummed out because I'm like, they're not going to ever take a look around and enjoy the beauty of the nature that's around them. Like, even nowadays, I'll still look out the window and be like, oh yeah, it's nice, there's a hawk flying by, you know, look at all these trees that look very nice, because we have, like, I know not everywhere does, but we have, like, the different seasons, like fall, autumn, winter, spring, and summer. We have all 4 seasons, and not everywhere does. And I realize that, but I mean, it's something that gets taken for granted every day. Because especially now, where it's getting into October, and the leaves are starting to change colors to look beautiful shades of red, yellow, and orange. People aren't going to notice that. A lot of people are focused on the going to, coming from, and the kids aren't even focused on outside. They're either focused on TV or their phones, their iPads, Game Boys. They're not focusing on what's around them, and that's like one of the things that always brings me down when going out for a walk like that. Because I feel great just walking around and being in nature. Like, it just makes me feel really good, and I'm just like, yeah. But then I stop and I think about, I see kids nowadays and they're just walking around, they're not really doing anything but looking at their phones. And that just kind of bums me out a bit, because, I mean, it's a waste, really. Like, yeah, I'll sit around my laptop, like, for all day. But what I'll do is I'll go out for a walk for 20 minutes, half an hour, sometimes 45 minutes, just because I like to be around nature. And it's not just to say, oh yeah, I was on the computer all day. Because I'll admit I was on the computer for like 90% of the day. But for those 20 minutes to an hour, I just feel completely refreshed and amazing, because I'm out, I'm walking around, feels great. Even if you plug in headphones for music, that's fine, because, I mean, you're not staring at your phone or whatever. You're actually, like, you can look around and enjoy the scenery with music, because sometimes it helps people relax. But, I mean, just staring at your phone, I mean, yeah, you can be relaxed while doing that, but you're missing out on everything around you, and it's not going to be there forever. So, recently, and this is kind of actually exactly related to that. We were driving home one day, and I kind of looked off to the side of the road, because when I was a kid, there was like the road off to the side of the road there was just full of trees, and we looked by recently, and 90% of the trees are gone, and you just look and you're like, there's nothing going in there. You just tore that down for almost nothing. And then recently they've started parking cars back there. I'm like, oh, so you tore it down to park cars? Yeah, that's great. Fantastic. Park your cars there. Don't worry about the trees that were there. I mean, I'm not overly one of those really big, like, hippie is what the term people use nowadays, like tree hugger. But I mean, I enjoy nature enough, and I don't want it to go away anytime soon. Like, I want to have this for a while so I can show my kids, like, hey, look around. These are the animals and stuff that live in the world around us. It's just one of my things nowadays. It's like, it gets taken for granted, and it just really, like, it upsets me more than, like, it makes me mad, because, I mean, you can get mad about a lot of things, but that's not something to get mad about. It makes me sad, because this is something I see, like, every day, like foxes, turkeys, hawks, crows. You get a lot around here, but people don't really notice it because they don't just look up for a minute. Like, if people just unplugged from electronics for even 20 minutes, half an hour, and especially now with, like, games coming out every so often, like, every X amount of weeks, and people just lock themselves away and just do nothing but play those games, what are you accomplishing? You're being one of the first people to beat the game? That's fantastic, but nobody's really gonna... You're gonna be the only one that feels great about it. Or else you'll be like, oh yeah, you have no life, whatever. So, I mean... It's just one of those things. You gotta enjoy the nature that's around you, because it's not going to be there forever. You have those video games and stuff for years and years that you can keep doing stuff in if you just pick it up again. If you beat the game entirely now, you're going to be like, oh yeah, great, I already beat it. And then you'll put it in a few years later and be like, yeah, I remember playing this game, and I remember all these parts, and it's not going to pose any much of a challenge for you. It's kind of why I'm still not done Skyrim yet, because I'm like, look, yeah, that's great and all, that I can sit down and beat this game all at once. But, I mean, where's the fun in that? There's so much stuff around. Yeah, even in video games, I'm kind of that guy that has to walk around and go see everything. It just amuses... I love open world games, because you can go wherever you want and do whatever you do. You don't have to do the storyline right away. I love it, because I can explore everything. And, like, nowadays... That was completely off topic, I'm well aware, but I mean, video games became the crossover line. back on topic though. Nature is beautiful if you just take time to look at it. People don't always do that. You just walk right by it and they're like, oh yeah, that's great, whatever. Keep walking. Oh yeah, bird, yeah, whatever. They're everywhere. They weren't always though. Look at eagles. Eagles probably were like very abundant way back when, but now it's almost none. I mean, yeah, a lot of people probably aren't going to see this video, but I mean, this is more for just getting off my chest and stating my opinion, but I mean, I'm just going to end with, take the time to put down your electronics, go outside, take a little walk, enjoy nature while it's here, because with all the construction that people do every day, it's not going to be here forever. If you just go outside for like 10, 20 minutes, even just to go for a quick walk around the block and back, I don't really care. Just enjoy the nature while it's here, because people take it for granted every day. A lot of people going to work, like, they'll be running around trying to get ready, they'll jump in the car and they'll speed off to work because they want to get there ASAP so they can get as much time as they can and get paid more. But sometimes it's nice to just go for a little cruise, look out your window, go for a walk, just look around and be around nature. Always feels nice. It's one of those things that people look at online all the time. They're like, oh wow, that looks so cool, I wish I could do that. Do it. Save up some money if you want to, like, if you want to go see a mountain, save up some money, go somewhere that has a mountain, go for a hike. There you go. Something that you've always wanted to do, then do it. No one's gonna go and do it for you. I say that, but people are probably like, yeah, well, someone will go take a video and put it up on YouTube or something, I can just go watch that then. Yeah, but you're not the one experiencing it, you're having someone else's experience. It's not the same as if you went there yourself and did it. So I'm just going to end the video here because I could literally talk about this forever, but I've stated all my points numerous times, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm going to try to do more of Pokemon Zeta sometime soon because I realize I haven't even touched that in a while. Hopefully I'll get back into that soon. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want to see, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.